President Biden has ordered thousands of U.S. troops, 3,000 U.S. reservists to Europe. The only conflict going on right now in Europe, of course, a major conflict, is the war in Ukraine. So questions about what those reservists are going to be doing and why are they there still remains to be answered. But again, it seems like the war continues to escalate. I want you to listen to this from President Biden. He went from NATO to Finland, and he made this remark about the war. And it's a head scratcher, because if it's true, why are we sending 3,000 reservists, uprooting them from their lives, over to Europe, where the only major war in the world is ongoing, if he actually believes what he says in this statement? Or is it another major Biden gaffe?
No one can join NATO while a war is going on, where a NATO nation is being attacked, because that guarantees that we're in a war, and we're in a third world war. So that it's not about whether or not they should or shouldn't join. It's about when they can join, and they will join NATO. The issue of whether or not this is going to keep Putin from continuing to fight, the answer is Putin's already lost the war. Putin has a real problem. How does he move from here? What does he do? And so the idea that there's going to be what vehicle is used, he could end the war tomorrow. He could just say, I'm out. But what agreement is ultimately reached depends upon Putin and what he decides to do. But there is no possibility of him winning the war in Ukraine. He's already lost that war.
That is just absolutely wrong. Has Ukraine performed much better than anyone thought?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is the war over? Not based off what I'm seeing at all. Not even close.
President Biden skipped the dinner with NATO members because he can't have an interaction. He can only read cue cards. You and I, Jordan, talk a lot about Turkey and Erdogan. And that meeting between Joe Biden and President Erdogan was embarrassing. Joe Biden had talking points. He kept glancing down at his lap, reading talking points. Erdogan is sitting there saying, why can't we have a real-time conversation about the war, about peace, about Putin? And Joe Biden doesn't have the ability, the cognitive ability to interact, which is why he's scripted on everything. It's a one-way street.
That's why when I think Rick, when he said that the war in Ukraine is over, that is a scripted moment. That's a teleprompter moment. And so it's not a gaffe. It's gaslighting to the American people, because it's just not true. We're sending all these weapons over. We're calling up reservists. We're uprooting American reservists, those men and women who proudly serve our country, to go to, again, because it seems like our troops are too thin also around the world.